Grease here, proud to be in front of the Sennheiser for another glorious day of shrieking. Undauntedly, irrepressibly, non-depressedly shrieking in your woofers and your tweeters. And no pomp, no pageantry. I hate pompous people. Remember my old bartending days. I used to hate it when people get in there and get finicky over the brand of booze they'd be drinking. You know, most people can't tell the difference anyway. I get behind the bar. Remember one time this guy came in, dressed to the teeth, his little honey with him. I could tell you, he said, "Can I have some 12-year-old scotch, please?" And I'm thinking to myself, buddy. I said, I got call brand. He said, "You don't have 12-year-old scotch? I can't believe a bar doesn't have 12-year." I said, "I got one. It's downstairs." He said, "I want 12-year." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "I think we got some downstairs." He said, "Bring all the scotch." I said, "All right." So I went down, I got all the different scotches we had. You know, I'm hating life. I said, "Come on, buddy, you can't really tell." He said, "I can tell the difference. Pour me a glass, I'll tell you what it is. Keep the bottles below the bar. Just fill them up." I said, "All right." You know, I figured he's trying to impress his lady, that maggot. So I poured him some 12-year-old scotch, slid it across the bar in a shot glass. He knocked that baby back and said, 12-year-old scotch." I said, "Lucky guess." And I reached down there, rattled the bottles around, and I poured him just a regular scotch. And he knocked that back. He said, "Oh, this is awful. What is it, 2-year-old?" I said, looked at the box, sure enough, 2-year-old scotch. So I got out the real good stuff. I mean, the stuff that's like $100 a bottle. And I poured him a shot of that. He took a sip. He said, "Oh, now we're talking scotch. This is the 25-year-old blend, isn't it?" I said, "My God, Mike." I said, "Hang on a second." He said, "I guess I'm just too good for it." I went in the back room. I got a big old pitcher like we serve Bloody Marys in. And, buddy, I unlimbered the timber and just drained the vein. I mean, I made my bladder gladder. And then I walked back out there. I poured him a shot glass full. He threw it back, spat it all over the bar. He said, "My God, that tastes like tingle." I just smiled and said, "Now tell me how old I am."